This week's book is Limitless. Upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exceptional life by Jim Quick. This was a great book for me, but I don't think it's for everyone. You see, if you go to his podcast or read some of his blogs, you're going to find that a lot of the content in this book is stuff you probably already heard. But why I resonated with this book is because Jim starts the book by telling his life story and how he was the boy with the broken brain and had a tough time learning in school because he was in a little accident when he was younger. Now, I could totally relate to this. In my own life, when I was in two major bike accidents, yes, bicycles. Back in the day when, we didn't wear helmets, the helmets weren't a thing. I was actually in a very bad accident at the age of 13 to the point I was in ICU for a number of days. They told my parents I wasn't going to live. And at the time, I had a concussion and brain swelling and all of that. And I mended, right? I was fine. But I did struggle for my entire life learning. I was a slow reader. I was 10 before I learned to read. And in hindsight, as I've studied more and more about our brain chemistry over the years, I've realized that a lot of my challenges were probably self-induced by being a bad bike rider. To this day, I still can't ride a bike very well. My husband laughs at me. But what I loved about this book is it really kind of was that reminder about lifelong learning. You see, even being somebody who didn't learn to read until I was 10, I never stopped reading. So as you know, I do a book review every week, and that's because I dedicated, once I figured out how to read, how I could do it better and faster. And in this book, I actually really think this is a great book for anybody about to go to college because there's sections in it where he talks about speed reading and memorization. And those are two things that if you can learn to read faster, think about how much more material you can absorb. So I want to challenge you guys, make an effort to learn how to speed read. This can be hugely impactful in your work, in anything you're studying. I wish I would have learned this a long time ago. I did take a speed reading class between high school and college, and I do think it made a huge impact in my success later in school. But why don't they teach you this stuff in school? I don't know. There's so many things. But there was also a lot of great quotes. So when I bought this book, I bought the Audible first. I started listening to it. And it's good when I then order the hard copy because then I write up all my notes. But a couple of the notes that I took in it while I was walking my dog and listening to is, here's a couple of quotes that I put in my phone. That's how good it was. If you fight for your limits, you get to keep them. So if you believe you can't do anything, guess what? You're never going to be able to do it. I love that quote. Another one was, don't take criticism from someone whose advice you would not take. Like, how many times have you had someone, say something about one of your blogs or something you wrote and they may, criticize it. And you're like, gosh, I wouldn't even respect that person's opinion on a matter I cared about. Why am I listening to the criticism? Let's get rid of the trolls. And then the last one that I wrote down is, you don't rise to your expectations. You fall to the level of your training. Now, just think about that. Do you rise to your expectations or do you fall to the level of your training? I think it just goes to show you when you want to try something new, just try it. If you're scared to do videos, just pick up the phone and start shooting a video. We all got to start somewhere. And it's the people that are willing to fail and fail fast and learn from it. Those are the people that I'm going to put in my lifelong learner category. And those are the people, candidly, I want to hang around with. So again, I love this book, Limitless, because it spoke to me. I could totally relate to the author. I could relate to his love of superheroes. And I recommend it, but not for everyone. If you've kind of just want a quick summary of this, if you're listening to a lot of blogs on high performance and learning and stuff, then this might be a little too basic for you. Perfect for that person going to college or someone trying to reinvent themselves. So there you have it. That's my review on Limitless. We'll see you next time.